Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out from Russia to share with you. We have a report here that a Russian company, a private firm called Fors, has issued a 15 million ruble reward for the first F-16 that is shot down over Ukraine. Now, this is crazy news because we know that Ukraine is going to be receiving F-16 fighter jets very soon. They probably already have them, but we know they're supposed to be getting something like 6 of these here in the next couple months. And then also by the end of the year, they should have upwards of 20 or more. Okay, so yeah, this there's a director of this company of Fors, and his name is Ilya Potanin. Okay, and he is issuing this bounty on an F-16, the first F-16 that is shot down. This military personnel that shoots it down will receive a $15 million or 15 million ruble, reward, which is equivalent to $210,000. And apparently, also they were holding ceremonies recently, and they were also giving previous payouts to other military service members. And I didn't know this, but it looks like they've been doing this for a while now. They've been giving out bounties and rewards to military personnel who also take out Leopard tanks and Abrams tanks. So that was some news to me. I had no idea that this had been going on, but I guess they do this kind of for fun to encourage the Russian military to try to destroy these targets. Okay, take out these tanks or these F-16s, for example. So obviously, major military hardware that the West is giving them, they obviously want them, and they're willing to issue bounties and give rewards to the soldiers that destroy these. So this is very big information. I want to talk some more about these F-16s today. So let's go ahead and get right into this on United 24 Media. This says Russia announces bounty for first downed F-16. Okay, this came out just in the last 24 hours. It says here, previously Russian ambassador to the Netherlands, Vladimir Tarabrin, said that Russia views the fighter jets and the airfields from which they take off as legitimate military targets. The Russian oil industry company Fors has announced a reward for the first person to shoot down a Ukrainian F-16 fighter jet. According to a statement released by the Russian Ministry of Defense, Fors will pay 15 million rubles, or approximately $210,000, to the first military personnel who will shoot down a Ukrainian F-16 fighter jet. The announcement comes during a ceremony where Fors also presented cash awards to Russian soldiers for destroying Western supplied tanks in Ukraine. So this is definitely going to make the Russian air defense teams really focus on these F-16s. They're going to want that money, right? They're going to want that 15 million rubles. So they're definitely going to try really hard to shoot these things down, and it's going to encourage them to want to take these out more. And at the same time, what did we hear from Russia? Russia said that immediately when they found out F-16s were going to be going to Ukraine, one of the first things they said was, it's okay, we'll just shoot them down like we do, destroying all these Leopard tanks and the Abrams tanks. That apparently the Abrams tanks that went to Ukraine, they got like something like 30 of them, maybe a little bit more. And apparently a lot of them became just kind of like rust buckets. They were kind of useless to Ukraine, and they were easy to destroy even just from drones. So this is some big news that I want to talk about here today. So Fors Director Ilya Potanin reportedly stated that this is the 7th such ceremony, with previous payouts of 500,000 rubles being awarded for each destroyed Leopard and Abrams tank. Potanin further reveals plans to extend the bounty program to include F-15 fighter jets, although the reward amount for the subsequent downed F-16s and F-15s remains unspecified. So apparently F-15 fighter jets may join the list as well. So it also says right here, by now, multiple countries have already confirmed the transfer of F-16s to Ukraine. In May, the Netherlands issued permission to export 24 F-16 fighter jets. Additionally, Norway will send 6 fighter jets to Ukraine within the first aircraft to arrive this year. So again, we know that Ukraine is going to be getting at least 6 of them here in the next couple months, and then by the end of the year, they should have 20 or more of these. So this is very crazy news that they're literally issuing bounties in Russia, at least companies are, to try to shoot these things down, and that shows how determined and committed they will be to trying to destroy these. And again, we heard that from Russia's defense ministry, or the Kremlin, that they were going to shoot these things down right away and destroy them just as easily as they did with all the tanks that were sent to Ukraine as well. So I want to talk a little bit more about these F-16 fighter jets and just give you some other updates on some information that's coming out regarding these. So let's go ahead and show you some stuff here on X as well. So this is from Nexta. It says Greece plans to sell 32 F-16 fighter jets to the USA to be modernized and handed over to Ukraine. Al Jazeera has quoted its sources as saying, according to the publication, in exchange, a U.S. congressional committee has authorized Greece to purchase about 40 F-35 fifth-generation multi-role aircraft, and the country also plans to upgrade 82 F-16s to Block 70 and purchase 24 fourth-generation Dassault Rafale fighters from France. So it looks like Greece wants to swap out some of their inventory with their fighter jets, and they're willing to sell 32 F-16 fighter jets to the USA so they can modernize them and then send them over to Ukraine. So we'll see how this goes. They're obviously just talking about this right now, and this is going to take time, obviously, for this to happen. And I'm actually very curious as to why many countries are still so eager to send these F-16s over to Ukraine. You know, what if this war ends in Ukraine when Donald Trump becomes president here in the next few months? I mean, I know there's obviously the possibility that he may not, but let's say that does happen, hypothetically speaking. If he does end up back in the White House, this war is going to come to an end. So what is going to happen with all this equipment that's potentially supposed to be going to Ukraine in the near future or down the road? Are they still going to get this equipment, although this war comes to an end? I would assume, right? But clearly, there's still lots of countries that believe that Ukraine can still win this. They still want to support Ukraine. So, I mean, I think that's cool for Greece to be doing this, but, you know, we're going to be seeing negotiations happening here most likely very soon in Ukraine. But I just wanted to share that information for you. So, yeah, it looks like 32 F-16 fighters may be going to Ukraine, but to the USA first to get them upgraded. So, finally, I want to show you this here, too, also from Nexta. Ukraine will be able to launch F-16 strikes on temporarily occupied territories, but not deep in Russia, Pentagon spokesperson Patrick Ryder said. Okay, so Patrick Ryder apparently coming out and stating that they're not going to be able to use these F-16s to launch strikes inside of Russian territory. Now, I wonder, what about the countries that are sending these that's not the United States? For example, the Netherlands or Norway or Belgium. Belgium's come out and said that they could do this. So is the U.S. going to have the ultimate say in this? It seems like they most likely will. And it says right here, our policy on long-range strikes has not changed. I think it's important to recognize here that we do not want to see unintended consequences, an escalation that could turn this conflict into a broader conflict that goes beyond Ukraine. So clearly what I've been hearing from the United States is they're most likely not going to allow Ukraine to strike inside of Russia. So no matter how much Ukraine begs for this, Zelensky can beg all he wants. But it doesn't look like to me this will happen. This will happen. I think this could only happen in a result of, like, if Ukraine really starts to lose this war, I could potentially see maybe the U.S. U-turning and allowing them to strike inside of Russia. But at this time, I don't see it happening anytime soon because clearly the U.S. is very worried about major escalation with Russia. Russia's already warning about nuclear war. And, you know, the U.S. is already doing lots of provocative actions against Russia right now. And NATO's obviously expanding on their borders. And, you know, we're going to be having also long-range missiles. I just reported that going to Germany here very soon, too. And also the UK just got some long-range tactical nuclear weapons as well, just recently here in the last few months. So Russia's already agitated as it is, and they don't want to push Russia into targeting NATO. And then obviously this expands into a major conflict. But yeah, I just wanted to share some information about these F-16. So just to recap on our major story here, we've got a Russian company that has issued a 15 million ruble reward for shooting down the first F-16 that goes to Ukraine. So who knows, we may be hearing here in the next few weeks that one gets shot down. And whoever does, they're going to be getting 15 million rubles from the Force company. So let me know what you think down below. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope y'all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.